Very good evening, friends. We started with a nice motivational story where how we need to face rejection. If at all we face rejection, we need to stand against it and ensure that we fight against it boldly and we prove to the world that we are not meant for failures or reject. Since a person has rejected us, it doesn't mean that we are a low person. ஒருவேளை நம்ம நிராகரிக்கப்படுறோம், நம்ம தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்படலைன்னா நம்ம அதுக்குன்னு சுமாரோ குறைச்சலான ஒரு நபரோ கிடையாது. நமக்குன்னு உண்டான ஒரு திறமை, நமக்குங்கிற ஒரு சுச்சுவேஷன் வரும் நம்ம ப்ரூவ் பண்றதுக்கு. Until then we need to wait and you need to work constantly and consistently. So with that good note, we'll start today's session. Here we are going to discuss about the answers for the prose from 0 to infinity. I'll share the screen wherein the answers would be shown. If at all it's possible from your end, you can make a note of it. I'm sorry. Answer the following questions in a sentence or two. Why did the students laugh at Ramanujan? Ramanujan had asked a silly question in the class, so the children laughed at him. So you can't write in depth the reason because we have to answer in just a sentence alone. Why did the teacher compliment Ramanujan? The students laughed at Ramanujan because he asked if no banana was distributed among no one, would everyone get one banana? And this is the reason why the teacher complimented, as no one could think of such sort of a question. But Ramanujan could ask, and he gave an applause saying that it was a brilliant question. What did Ramanujan do after reading the book on trigonometry? After reading the book on trigonometry, Ramanujan began his own research. He came forth with many mathematical theorems and formulae not given in the book. புத்தகத்துல கொடுக்கப்படாத தியரம் ஃபார்முலா அதெல்லாம் அவர் எழுத ஆரம்பிச்சார். அது மட்டும் இல்லாம அவருடைய தனிப்பட்ட ஆராய்ச்சியில மும்முரமா இறங்கி செய்ய ஆரம்பிச்சார். He began his own research as well. He came forth with many mathematical theorems and formulae which was not given in the book. புத்தகத்துல கொடுக்கப்படாத ஃபார்முலாக்களும் தியரம்களும் அவர் கொடுக்க ஆரம்பிச்சார், எழுத ஆரம்பிச்சார். I'll go a little slow so that students can make note of the answers. Think you would have written the answers by now. Move on to the fourth question. What disappointed Ramanujan's father? Ramanujan failed twice in his first year arts examination in college. This disappointed his father. His failure in first year arts examination disappointed Ramanujan's father. How did Ramanujan manage his paper crisis? தியரம் நிறைய ஃபார்முலே அவருடைய கண்டுபிடிப்புகள்லாம் சின்ன சின்ன துண்டம் பேப்பர்லலாம் எழுதி வைப்பார். கிடைக்கலைங்கிற பொழுது இவர் என்ன பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சார்? He needed 2000 sheets of paper every month. He started using even scraps of paper he found lying on the streets. Sometimes he used to write a red pen to write over what was written in blue ink. கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒவ்வொரு மாசமும் 2000 பேப்பர் தேவைப்பட்டதாம். அவருடைய ஆராய்ச்சியில கண்டுபிடிக்கப்பட்ட தியரமோ ஒரு ஃபார்முலாவோ அவர் அங்கங்க எழுதி வச்சுப்பாராம். ஆனா சில நேரங்கள்ல வந்து பேப்பர் சாரி அட் டைம்ஸ் ஹி யூஸ் டு ரைட் இன் ஸ்கிராப்ஸ் ஆஃப் பேப்பர், சிறு சிறு துண்டு சீட் பேப்பர்ல கூட எழுதி வைப்பார். பேப்பரே கிடைக்கல அப்படிங்கிற பொழுது சிவப்பு நிற பேனால வந்து எழுதுவாராம். நீல நிற பேனால எழுதியிருந்ததுக்கு மேல he used to write on top of the blue ink with a red pen. So when he couldn't afford writing in paper, he did in this manner. He wrote in this manner. Why was Ramanujan's application for jobs rejected? Ramanujan showed his notebooks and told everyone that he knew mathematics, he could do a clerical job. But no one understood what was written in the notebooks. So his applications for jobs were rejected. நிறைய கண்டுபிடிப்பு, நிறைய மேத்தமேட்டிக்ஸ்ல எவ்வளோ ஃபார்முலா கண்டுபிடிச்சிருக்கேன், இதெல்லாம் வந்து புத்தகங்கள்ல எழுதி வச்சு வேலை கொடுக்குற நிறுவனங்கள்ல போய் காமிச்சாலும் இந்த மாதிரி என்னால மேக்ஸ் பண்ண முடியும், ஒரு கிளரிக்கல் ஜாப் குடுக்கலாம் அப்படிங்கிற மாரி இவர் கேட்டாலும், அவங்களுக்கெல்லாம் புரியவே இல்லையாம். இவர் என்ன எழுதி வச்சிருக்காருங்கிறதே புரியவே இல்ல. அதனால தான் எல்லா அப்ளிகேஷனும் அவர் அ அப்ளை பண்ணியிருந்த எல்லா ஜாப் அப்ளிகேஷனுமே நிராகரிக்கப்பட்டது. Why was Ramanujan sent back to India? While Ramanujan continued his research work, tuberculosis, then an incurable disease, was devouring him. அவர வந்து அ டியூபர்குலோசிஸால அவர் பாதிக்கப்பட்டார். அந்த கடும் நோயை வந்து எதிர்கொள்ள முடியாம தான் he was sent back to India. He was sent back to India because he was affected with this incurable disease at that point of time, tuberculosis. Next, we are going to see answers for the wherein we have to write in 80 to 100 words for the questions asked. Describe the life of Srinivasa Ramanujam in India. Srinivasa Ramanujam was born on December 22nd, 1887 in Erode in Tamil Nadu. His father was a petty clerk in a cloth shop. From early childhood, he was a prodigy. Even mathematicians had taken several centuries to answer his question. He was always ahead of his mathematic teachers. Senior students went to his house to get their difficulties in mathematics solved. When he was 13, he got Loney's trigonometry from a college library. He began his own research having mastered the book. He secured first class in mathematics in matriculation examination. He was awarded Subramanian scholarship, but he failed twice in his first year arts examination. His father was upset. As he was always scribbling numbers, his father thought he had gone mad. Ramanujan needed money for food and papers. He started using scraps of paper lying on the streets. Luckily, his notebooks impressed the director of Madras Port Trust, Francis Spring. He gave him a clerical job on a salary of 25 a month, rupees 25 a month. Later, he got a research fellowship. The University of Madras granted him fellowship of rupees 75, though he had no qualifying degree. There is no great genius without such touch of madness, some touch of madness. You can write the answers which is written in this page. Then I'll slowly turn on to the next page. So I'll move on to the next page wherein you can make note of the answer. He began his research having mastered the book. He secured first class in mathematics in matriculation examination. He was awarded Subramaniam scholarship, but he failed twice in his first year arts examination. His father was upset as he was always scribbling numbers. His father thought he had gone mad. Ramanujam needed money for food and papers, but he started using scraps of paper lying on the streets. Luckily, his notebooks impressed the director of Madras Port Trust, Francis Spring. He gave him a clerical job for a salary of 25 a month. Later, he got a research fellowship. The University of Madras granted him a fellowship of rupees 75, though he had no qualifying degree. There is no great genius with some touch of madness. Narrate the association of Ramanujam with G.H. Hardy. Earlier, Ramanujam had sent a letter to G.H. Hardy with 120 theorems and formulas. Soon Hardy and Littlewood discovered a rare mathematical genius. They arranged for Ramanujam's passage and stay at Cambridge University. He found himself a stranger at Cambridge. In their company, he could forget the hardship he endured. என்னெல்லாம் கடினமான காலங்கள இருந்தாலும் அதெல்லாம் எதிர்கொள்ள முடிஞ்சது அவரால. He could endure. He could face it boldly. In in him, Hardy found an unsystematic mathematician lacking formal education. Only sheer genius led him to mathematical truths. He was elected Fellow of Royal Society on February 28, 1918. He was the youngest Indian to receive this distinguished fellowship. You write until over here. I'll wait for some time and proceed reading out the answer. In October that year, he became first Indian to be elected Fellow of Trinity College, Cambridge. His achievements include Hardy Ramanujan Littlewood circle method in number theory. Due to an incurable disease, tuberculosis, he was sent back to India. To forget the agonizing pain, he continued to play with numbers even on his deathbed. A good communication is the best medicine for healthy association. With this thing, we can conclude the answer. Set of words are given wherein you need to match with the right synonym and antonym for the word given. First word is distribute, second one is infinite, third significant, fourth delight, fifth unkempt, sixth initiate, conjuncture is the seventh one. We'll see what are the answers. Distribute, circulate is the synonym. Collect is the antonym. Infinite, it means boundless, எல்லையற்ற. அளக்க முடியும் அப்படின்னா measurable, opposite of it. Significant, it means important, trivial, worthless kind of meaning. Delight, joy, opposite of delight, of joy, sorrow. Unkempt, messy, opposite is neat, kept in an orderly manner. Initiate, commence, துவங்கிறது. Conclude, முடிவடைகிறது. Conjecture, guess, opposite, fact. I'll wait for a minute more. Just a moment. So in today's class, we discussed the answers for the prose from 0 to infinity. I shall end my session over here. We will continue in the next class. Thank you so much, all of you. நன்றி. வாழ்க பாரதம். வெல்க தமிழர்.